United States of America warmly welcomes you to World Cup USA 1994!
So good to be in America. For the opening ceremony, Gary McAllister's been coaching Diana Ross. A Scotsman scores a magnificent goal against Italy, helping his team through to the next round for the first time in their history. Unfortunately, he doesn't play for Scotland.
Townsend right in there. Houghton also making his presence felt. There's his shot. It's a goal for Ireland! And Ray Houghton has made it 1-0.
Given Scotland's renowned goal-scoring problem, did Houghton slip through the net?
When I saw Ray Houghton score, I realised that, you know, people say, why was he not playing for Scotland? You can't have everyone. It was great to see him score, a Scots guy, a Glasgow man scoring, but it would have been nice to see him scoring for Scotland, but good luck to him. And I don't think that, with the players we had at that time, he was an essential player for Scotland, although he would have been very, very useful to have around.
Brown has to overcome the apathy of the Scottish public after her failure to qualify for the '94 World Cup under Andy Roxburgh. Even die-hard fans now have their minds on other things.
Where's Hazel, Irving? Where's Hazel?
Wrong channel, channel name.
Oh, yeah, you XTV, are you? Where's that from Montford? Oh, he retired quite a few years ago, didn't he?
There's nothing retiring about the way Craig Brown tackles the job, as a coach and as an ambassador for football. He quietly builds a team with no superstars but a big heart, and rekindles enthusiasm for our national game, becoming an unlikely Scottish hero. Through hard work and dedication, Craig establishes a rapport with the fans and restores the Scottish public's appetite and passion for the game. He's always had a clear vision for Scottish football, and this is eventually realised when his team takes off and qualifies for the finals of Euro '96 in England.
Here we were for the Euro '96. It was so important because it was a neighbouring country. Imagine the finals in England and Scotland not there. That thought kept going through my head.
Apathy is over. Pride is restored.
I'm what you call one of the true Tartan Army. And when we reach England next year, the full Tartan Army is going to be there. Believe me.
Has anyone ever suggested to you that you might be barking mad?
Sorry?
Has anyone ever suggested to you that you're in fact barking mad?
I'm barking what?
Mad.
I'm barking mad. Barking mad?
Mad.
No. Have you seen her on the 21 team? Have you seen the potential? Have you seen the potential on the 21 team?
Another unlikely national hero emerges in the shape of an Australian-American movie star. He looks for the Tartan Army to outline his plan for battle.
What will you do?
I will invade England and defeat the English on their own ground.
Invade? That's impossible.
Why? Why is that impossible? You're so concerned with squabbling for the scraps from Longshank's table that you've missed your God-given right to something better.
And send him homeward, they think again.
At the Euro '96 draw, we come face to face with the old enemy.
England are assured of a really tough draw already. Now, would this be England in with Scotland? It is. England against Scotland in the European Championship.
The organisers have to look long and hard to find someone young and innocent enough to make the following statement with a straight face.
Welcome to Euro '96 Scotland. We wish you every success from everyone in England.
The young schoolgirl saying everyone in England wishes Scotland all the best. I don't believe it. No way.
The Tartan Army doesn't believe it either, as the invasion force arrives with their other national leader.
But it's worth the cause, ain't it, boys?
The fans are in no doubt about their list of priorities for the campaign ahead.
Tell me what you're looking forward to about the week.
Beating English. Govern England. Beating English. Govern England. Beating English.
What do you want from me?
The taxi driver will be able to tell his grandchildren that he had that Mel Gibson in the back of his cab once. Before the opening game against the Dutch, Craig Brown has to decide which of his two informed goalkeepers to play.
The old heart-in-mouth job, because was it a penalty or not? Now, you're totally unbiased here. I want you to be totally unbiased here.
The one thing about the corner kicks have been tremendous deliveries, and you see it come across. It's hit off McKimmie first and it's John's. But it wasn't two hands, and I think in the European football... oh, dear me.
We celebrate the 0-0 draw as if it were a victory, and on the way home, fans reenact that penalty incident.
The ball hit off my hand. There's no way I meant to throw my hand. It was just bounced up and hit my hand. Just one of those things, but if I hadn't done it, it might have been the back of the net, so I'm glad I did.
So you're saying it was purely involuntary, right?
Yes, without doubt.
Dutch and Scots fans celebrate, united against the common enemy.
Scots were brave hearts today. The Dutch made the attack, but the Scots held them back. Good result for Scotland today, by the way. We're mediocre, but the English are crap.
The Scottish team's goal-scoring problem leads to accusations that we lack devilment up front.
What the part is there not devilment? We're needing something. We've got a goal-scoring problem that has to be addressed for a start.
Well, the man on my left's got a bit of devilment.
He's got a bit of goal-scoring problem as well.
That's a problem.
Sure you used to tell me anyway.
The Scots are billeted in Shakespeare country at Stratford-on-Avon, reflecting on the question to be or not to be patriotic.
We're not the only nation in the world that's got great pride in their country. I've played Scotland-England games, and you see Brian Robson coming at you and Ray Wilkins and people like Terry Butcher. They love playing for the country. Alan Ball, they love it. They've got as much pride as we have. Only thing is we've got better supporters than they've got.
Spirits are high on the eve of our clash with England. We don't want to think about the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune which so often lie in wait for us.
Impressive, eh? All right. 3-1. 3-1. 2-0. To England.
You know, if a boxer's ahead in points and he's knocked out, he loses the fight. So I think we were ahead in points, but two wonderful goals from England knocked us out, and of course we lost the fight. Because I knew Gary McAllister's an accomplished penalty taker, he's a cool customer, wouldn't be affected by the occasion, and I do think he was desperately unlucky.
What a smashing...
We totally forgive him because he struck the ball well. It was saved by Seaman's arm, and good luck to the goalkeeper who spread himself very well. The ball moved off the spot slightly, you know, it just blew in the wind very slightly. He's not making that excuse, he's not making any excuse. But I think that effectively finished our chances in Euro 96.
Our future is dimmed by this defeat at the hands of the old enemy, and the clans are divided on our prospects.
Can we still qualify?
No.
Aye. Well, you never know.
Our fans have been frightening, really. And we've not won a game or scored a goal yet. So we're desperate for them.
As we take the field against the Swiss, to qualify we need a miracle. In the pulsating drama that follows, we begin to believe that miracles do happen.
It'll be tough with their star players.
The Swiss have made three major contributions to mankind. The cuckoo clock, the fondue set, and of course, the incredible corner. There are two ways to take a corner. Like this, or like this in my Vectra SRI with a stiffened and lowered suspension. No comparison. Of course, you don't have to go to Switzerland to get a really good corner. This is Mitchell's Bush Roundabout near Basingstoke. Brilliant.
The Vauxhall Vectra SRI, for the corners of the earth.
Go away.
You've done that. You've earned money back. So what do you do now? The new blue card from American Express. It pays you to do more.
Послушай, то надо стоять.
Leighton.
อีกสักคนต้องบอยแน่นอนที่สุดคอร์ติบุดบาลีอาร์เกอร์
Henry. Carlsberg wishes Scotland good luck.
Bell's Whiskey, every drop aged 8 years.
For competitive car insurance with a choice of optional extras, call General Accident Direct on 0800 121 000.
The Lone Piper, the pure sound of Scotland. Unique arrangements of your favourite Scottish tunes, the glorious sound of the Highlands. The Lone Piper on compact disc and cassette.
The Nokia 5110 is the first mobile phone with covers you can change yourself in seconds. For freedom of expression, the Nokia 5110 with Nokia Express on covers. Nokia, connecting people.
And here he is, the youngest player ever to compete on the world stage.
Craig Brown predicts before the game that Ali McCoist is the man to end Scotland's goal famine.
Perhaps tonight.
Unbelievable.
It was a Braveheart performance, and the word is now very much in the Scottish vocabulary. And I thought it typified the way we played there, and hopefully it'll typify the way we play in the World Cup.
Boys did us proud. Played really, really well.
Absolutely devastated. So close again.
Performance.
Devastated.
We're still proud of him, though. We're very proud of him. And we'll never stop supporting him, ever.
Yet again, we're home before the postcards, out in goal difference, the gallant losers.
I think we showed that we're more than capable of holding our own against the best in the world.
And what about the World Cup finals, 1998? You'll be 35 then. Can you be there?
It's a bit strong. Yeah, well, I don't see any reason why I can't be there. I might have a tartan scarf from my neck, that's the only thing, but I'll certainly be there.
The Euro 96 trophy isn't coming home, but something more important is. The Stone of Destiny, symbol of our ancient nationhood, is freed at last from its Westminster confinement and brought back home to Edinburgh.
I think, the Stone of Destiny is a symbol of Scottish nationhood, a symbol of sovereignty, a symbol of power. And what people want is certainly the symbol, but we also want the substance, we want the reality of power, and that means a free parliament for a free people.
And what did you think of the stone? It's wonderful. I just hope it's the real one.
Yes, this is the real one. You're not going off your trolley. The World Cup really did come to Scotland, albeit briefly. Our World Cup campaign's going well, till we get to Estonia. Then it goes bananas.
We were at an under-21 game the day before, the afternoon before, and towards the end of the under-21 game they put the lights on. And I said to one of the SFA officials, I hope we're not playing in these lights tomorrow. And the observer said, would you come back at 8 o'clock this evening and we'll look at them. So I went back with Alec Miller, Alan Hodgkinson and a ball. And we kicked the ball about in the lights. The lights were at just above head high there on the back of a lorry. There's no way a goalkeeper could see the ball being driven into the box. It was right in the glare of the lights. And the official had no doubt that they were unacceptable. So much so that he ordered the game to be brought forward to the afternoon. We conformed, we turned up as arranged, and the Estonian team didn't.
We're waiting for the Estonians. Have they arrived?
Estonians coming 18 o'clock and 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
We will come back again.
Ideally, football should not only be a game of two halves, but a game of two teams. Up till now, the Scots have had problems finding their opponent's net. Now the problem is finding their opponents. The game isn't a challenge for the team, but it is for the match highlights editor. But he does his best in difficult circumstances. The Tartan Army has come a long way to enjoy a game of football, so they stage one of their own.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. It's in the night away. It's in the night away. He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink.
There's even more entertainment for the fans when TV commentator Jock Brown approaches his brother for a post-match interview.
Oops, sorry.
Brown is gobsmacked when FIFA orders a replay in Monaco. The fans are cocky, never a good omen.
Utterly confident. They're going to get humped 3-0 for their cheek.
Haggis.
I hope that we will be able to give them a good game.
So you're definitely turning up?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a question about your strategy after those first 3 seconds.
After 3 seconds, we hope to continue to keep possession, pass the ball, and hopefully create scoring chances from which we might manage to find the Estonian net.
We don't. For Scotland and Monaco, it never rainies, but it pours.
That could have eliminated us from the World Cup, but we were fortunate. And I think poetic justice prevailed when we did get through, because I think to have failed on account of that game, that rearranged game, which I felt was against natural justice, I think would have been grossly unfair.
After Monaco, things do get better. We beat Estonia and Austria to put us back on course for France '98. The new Labour government promises Scotland a referendum on devolution, and Gary McAllister lays his Wembley ghost by scoring a vital penalty in Belarus. As we march towards France '98, another event in Paris puts football in perspective for all of us. All of us, that is, except the Scottish Football Association.
Good evening. There has been widespread public condemnation of the decision to go ahead with a Scotland-Belarus game on Saturday, just hours after the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales.
After staunch resistance, the SFA eventually has to bow to public opinion. Out of respect for the People's Princess, the game against Belarus is rescheduled to take place a day later than originally planned.
The game was very nicely, brilliantly stage managed, I felt, with the appropriate amount of respect being paid through the lone piper in the middle of the pitch. And the crowd was very supportive, as it has been in my time at Aberdeen. So we had a very good 4-1 victory.
Outside the ground, it's a time for quiet reflection. Man alone with his thoughts, pondering eternal truths. Scotland votes yes, yes in the devolution referendum and gives the same enthusiastic response to the Dury Gallagher double against Latvia, which secures our place in France '98.
Brazil are good, and therefore we want to avoid them, keep them till later. We're honoured that we've got the opening match, we've got Brazil. It's handy for our supporters, we've got a wonderful support, but I do think that Scotland can emerge from this game without losing it. I was hoping to avoid Brazil because, honestly, if you want to progress in your group, and Brazil's in the group, you're only looking for one place, because there is no way Brazil will fail to qualify from any group. So it's 1 from 3 now in our group, but we have the great chance in the opening game to cause a major world sensation. And, you know, the Scots are usually up for situations like that, and the David and Goliath situation just suits us to perfection. So we're not afraid of Brazil, we respect them, but look out for a shock against Brazil.
Scotland-Brazil used to be described as the nation that thinks it has the best football team in the world against the nation that knows it has the best football team in the world. Nowadays we're more realistic, but we can still dream.
If you've got faith in your team and each other, you can have optimistic hope for a future success with the national team. And as far as Calamity is concerned, I don't want to talk about it because I'm convinced there will be no calamity.
This could be heaven for everyone.
As Craig Brown's squad prepares for battle, Scotland stands on the verge of a new parliament in the new millennium. Maybe at last we can rewrite the script. Maybe this time round we can discard our historic role as the gallant losers and create a new destiny for ourselves. As winners, not broken hearts, but brave hearts.
Some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.